and a half ago, I think. So I don't know when they're going to be touring again if you're a fan, but they are doing a big 40th anniversary celebration. If you watch that documentary on Hulu, that was entertaining. Bon Jovi's not a band that, I appreciate their hustle. They're still around. They were like never a band that was really on my radar, but, they work hard. Anyway, Saturday is the opening day over at the Rock Hall for the Bon Jovi Forever exhibit. It's a full-floor exhibit. And I'm going to have the last two pair of tickets for you, or two tickets rather, on Thursday. So if you're a big Bon Jovi fan, that will put you at that thing at the Rock Hall, the opening day of the exhibit. The whole band's going to be there doing a Q&A on Saturday, so you can be at that. There's tickets for you to win at WMMS.com. But the album's called Forever, and so the Bon Jovi Forever exhibition over at the Rock Hall is going to be all kinds of stuff. And I assumed the band would be like via Zoom. They're all going to be there. So if you're a Bon Jovi fan, you're like, oh my God, I've always wanted to ask Tico Torres a question. Maybe I'll finally get to do it on Saturday. But Thursday, I will have the last two tickets I've got for you for Bon Jovi Forever, which is opening this weekend at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You ever been over there? You ever heard of that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It was fun. I took my nephew there last summer and made me feel very old because he was 18 years old and they had a hip-hop display.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, who's the oldest hip-hop artist you know? And he's like, Kanye. I was like, oh boy.
He's like, I was way into Juice World before he died. Kanye. Well, yeah,
he's 18.
Yeah, but that's what the Rock Hall's for.
Mm-hmm.
Go through and you get a history lesson.
Yeah, I made a playlist for him. I was like, if you like, I asked him everything he liked, and then I tried to make a nice playlist for him for different things that he could get into. So,
the real question is, how far back does he go with Kanye?
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I'm way into Kanye. Well, like Kanye now, or how far back?
Yeah, I think he's more the older.
You don't want to F with Jesus is King era Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
You want, college dropout, that kind of stuff. There is a poop museum, by the way, outside of Sedona. It was last year, I think. We spent my daughter's spring break in Sedona, and we'd never been. I'd been to Phoenix before, but never been to Sedona. And most of the people there are just kind of spending a night or two while they're on their way to the Grand Canyon. And we spent our whole time in Sedona, and it was just fan-effing-tastic. Love it. But outside, about 20 minutes outside Sedona, is Williams, Arizona. I don't think we have any bureau chiefs out there. We have a lot of them throughout Arizona. I don't think we have anybody there. And a guy opened up something called a Poozeum.
Mm-hmm.
P-O-O-Z-E-U-M. And it is this guy saying the first of its kind. That can't be the case. Maybe in Arizona, though. It's 8,000 pieces that have made up this guy's collection of fossilized poop. His largest collection. George Franson is the guy. He's opened up the Poozeum. Sign in the front says, number 1 for fossilized number 2. They've got a dinosaur gift shop. But Williams is one of these super touristy. It's like these little, Arizona's got a lot of these little old mining towns, and they've just turned them into gift shops. And you go through and you stop off, and it's all tourist attractions, and so that's what the Poozeum is. Coprolites is the technical term for them, for fossilized animal feces. It's a fancy word for poop fossils. And this guy's got 8,000 pieces in his collection. He's got all manner, shape, and form of fossilized poop.
There's so many things to collect.
Well, if you figure you're the only guy maybe doing it, this guy had
I guess if you want a unique collection.
Yeah. This guy was an exec with a healthcare company. And he sold his house, and he moved 2,000 miles away to Williams, Arizona. It's called the Great Gateway to the Grand Canyon. That's what they refer to Williams as, because as you go north from Sedona and through this town, you're in Grand Canyon National Park. I don't know where he moved from, but it sounds like a guy that either wasn't married or got divorced or something and said, screw this. I'm picking up stakes and I'm moving. Oh, yeah? Well, you'll never do better than me. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to open a poop museum. How do you like that? Screaming at his wife.
Old poop, too. Not even new poop. The oldest poop you've ever seen.
Yeah. It's coprolites, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know where the guy came from, but moved out there to Arizona. So, listen, those of you who might be planning a summertime tour, or maybe our bureau chiefs out there in the great state of Arizona who listen on the iHeartRadio app, you don't know every inch of your state. Might be time to get out to Williams. Check it out for yourself. You can file a dispatch with the program. You can go, hey, I went to the Pooseum, and it didn't taste as good as I thought that it would. The snack bar was left a lot to be desired. The Cleveland Museum of Art, by the way, is crowing about the fact that they're going to return some millennia-old statue to Libya. You know, there's a big push now for museums around the world to return art, primarily sculptures and the like, very, very old
art and artifacts.
Yeah, to their countries of origin, because these are things that were looted.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of countries taking things from other countries and putting them in their museums. And some museums fight this because they go, hey, 95% of we're not going to have a museum anymore if we have to return everything that got looted. But the Cleveland Museum of Art, and they probably did fight this for a little bit, but they're returning a 2,200-year-old statue back to Libya. It had been looted by the British during World War II. And it's been in the Cleveland Museum of Art since 1991. And they're sending it back to Libya. But this is a big thing now with, a lot of museums. They have organizations with a full head of steam now that are coming at them going, hey, we've determined the point of origin for this.
Right. There's a Indiana Jones meme that goes around that's it belongs in a museum, because that was what he was always shouting.
Yeah.
And then the next frame is in the country of origin, right?
No, in this museum. Yeah, so listen. Maybe they fought it. I don't know. But the CMA is going to be returning that stat. So if that's your favorite piece, by the way.
You got a little while to go see
it.
it.
Either that or you got to go to Libya. And I don't know if you want to do that. I don't know what the current state of their situation is right now. But if you really, really like this artifact, and I don't know where in Libya, if it's going to be in Tripoli or somewhere else, but it's worth looking into. But I mean, I don't think I've ever, have I been to the Cleveland Museum of Art?
I would hope so. It's a great museum.
It's over on the east side, yeah?
Yeah, it's a University Circle.
Yeah, I had to have been there. I've been to the Botanical Gardens.
They got that big, beautiful atrium. And
is that where they had that Kusama exhibit that we were all there for, like, Media Day?
Yeah.
The mirrors?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
I've been there. Yeah. That's what that is, the Cleveland Museum of Art?
Correct.
I mean, I sound like a real Philistine right now, but I just don't get over there to take advantage of that
That's
stuff.
where I went on my first date with my girlfriend.
Your current girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
You went to the Cleveland Museum of Art?
Correct.
And did you see that Libyan statue?
Probably.
Oh.
We walked through pretty much the whole museum, so
yeah.
I imagine we saw it. Let me see which one it is.
In Wade Park, University Circle. I think that there's probably more of a push, too, for these countries to get these antiquities back, too. Also because They know that we can't be trusted to not have dicks walking through our museums anymore either. There's people leaning up on stuff and breaking it or drawing on them.
Oh, man, that whole day, she kept getting real close to touching everything. And I was like, stop.
Come on, man.
So I used it as an excuse to hold her hand.
Yeah. Oh, that was slick.
It was slick.
Hey, give me both of... Why are you holding both of my hands? So you don't touch the artifact, honey.
Yeah, I think I saw this one.
I've got an artifact you can grab if you really like to.
Yeah.
So that's a daytime date.
Yeah, we went on a daytime date because we were both busy at the evening.
Right.
And it was the first date. So, okay, if it goes well, we'll hang out again. If not, it was a Saturday afternoon.
That is a thing, right? Yeah. Like people kind of hedge their bets with daytime dates.
Yeah, that's...
They go, hey, back in the day...
Well, she's sober, too, so, like, going out and getting a drink was... So it was a nice, we walked around and talked and got to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I made her laugh with some funny observations of the art.
And you got to show her that you're an art appreciator.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You go, hey, look at this. Did you do any research so it could really make it sound like you knew what you were talking about?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not.
No, but you're a patron of the arts.
Right, but it doesn't mean I know anything about them.
You weren't like, this is Lady of Carthage.
No.
Not at all. This is like, 400 years before Christ.
I mean, that's just reading whatever is on the labels or the little things. So
on the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not everybody does that.
I don't.
They go, hey, how do you know that? And you go, I know this
right
piece.
Here.
It's right here. Wow. Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good idea. And you can tell people, too, that are on daytime dates. There's a lot of people walking around at museums, and you know that they're on a daytime date. Their body language is a little furtive and, walking around looking at things. Why was she trying to touch stuff?
She's just an idiot.
She's a very tactile person, even at the museum.
She wasn't trying to. She would point too close at things.
Oh, I see.
And I just make me
She's
nervous.
A close pointer.
She's a close pointer.
Yeah, but they all have glass over them, right?
No, there's a lot of things that are just open air.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like when we were in the Louvre, and you don't realize how small the Mona Lisa is.
Yes,
First of all, the Mona Lisa, crazy overrated. All right, let's just say. Not just the size, but it's just some piece that everybody has agreed that is amazing. And you go, okay. But every time you see some group of protesters throwing crap on art, it's covered in like bulletproof glass, right? So they're not ruining anything. So obviously it's performative, but even more so because there's no danger of them doing any actual damage to these pieces. They're plexiglass and bulletproof glass, the whole bit. But it's very, very small, and there's just like hundreds of people gathered around so they can take a picture of it on their phone. I did the same thing. I'm no better than those people. I did the exact same thing. But I was surprised at how small it was. You think it's going to be this larger-than-life kind of thing. And I'm always more impressed by the sculptures anyway. Painting's cool, but if you had to pick your medium, it's the sculptures. These people from thousands of years ago who were able to just fully replicate. They didn't have machinery or anything to guide them in their sculpture. They were just doing it by feel or by sight or whatever. That to me is more fascinating than the other stuff. There's people taking pictures next to naked statues and stuff. You know, you can't get.
You can't. People are. It's just the way we are.
I guess so. But people haven't always been that way. I mean, there had to be a time where people.
Yeah, because they didn't have cameras.
No, I don't mean that.
But if you look at there's like a bronze statue in, I don't know, it's like Scotland or England or somewhere. But it's like a dude and a lady, and the lady's boob is the only thing that's shiny,
right?
Because everybody touches the boob.
They've polished it. They've
hundreds of
it.
years.
Yeah. All right. Well, but there had to be a time before cameras where there was a guy, his friend standing next to a.
That becomes art too, though.
And yeah, right. And he's got a charcoal sketch of his friend standing there laughing at the David statue with his wiener hanging out. I don't know. So anyway, congratulations to those people over there at the Cleveland Museum of Art returning that.
Good job.
Back to old
Return the stolen
Libya.
thing.
Alan, Libya's only been a country since 1951. I wonder what it was called when that statue was created.
Istanbul was Constantinople.
Yeah.
I'll have to go through the song, but I don't know if Libya gets mentioned.
Libya was, I don't know what it was. I don't know.
Even old New York was once New Amsterdam.
Yeah. I don't know what it was initially called.
Why they changed, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
Ruled by the Carthaginians and the Greeks. Anyway. Early center of Christianity. Yeah, I don't know. The Vandals occupied it until the 7th century. So that's Josh Freese. He played drums for them. And it was whoever else was in the Vandals. He's the guy I know in that band. Dave Quackenbush, Joe Escalante, and Warren Fitzgerald.
Quackenbush is a good name.
Well, they've aged well. Dave Quackenbush. Yeah. I'm going to break here, and I'm going to have $50 to Blue Heron Brewery for you. You ever been to Blue Heron Brewery? That's out in your neck of the woods.
I have not.
Ah.
Oh, it's from where I grew up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know that neck very well.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's there in Medina. Voted best brewery by the Ohio Craft Brewery.